Alrighty, we're going to start the White Mage level 50 quest. Sorry, 60. And see what happens. We're in the same spot that in that crater, the shallow crater. Maybe 12 feet tall at the highest point. I said 10 last time, but 10 to 12. Anyway, same kind of idea. Trials of the Padjals is the name. Eschiva gives us the quest in the crater. Please hold on to the hunk of flesh. It is safer in your keeping. Now then, let us return to Camp Tranquil and explain the situation to the Seedseers. You are lucky. I'm not going to yell at you for not, giving me free passage there. Hold on. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take my free teleport to Gridania, because it is still my free one. I'm currently re-watching so I was trying to see if there was a song I could recognize. Currently re-watching The Batman, the new one with Robert Pattinson, just to kind of see if there's anything that I missed when I saw it in theater, in the theater. I've heard some very good reviews of it, and I've heard or read some bad ones here and there, but kind of trying it out again for myself, seeing if there's anything I missed, kind of taking another fresh look at it. So far, he's a lot less of an invincible brawler in this one. Kind of more detective-y than brawler. I think that's what they were going for. And Robert Pattinson himself isn't necessarily I think Christian Bale got more ripped, I suppose, than Robert for this new one. And then for Christian's first one. But anyway, Raya Osena will be the turn-in for this quest and probably immediately give us the next level 60 quest. Ah, you are returned. How fares the effort to purge the taint? You wish to show us something? Hand over the tainted flesh package. Cutscene. Fade to black. It's raining here, hence the constant sound you hear. Ignore the banging from the kitchen. I'm one thin wall away from it. What does it tell us, brother? The elementals are in trepidation of the flesh. Is that the right way to use the word trepidation? Because trepidation is you're kind of hesitant to do something. You're trepidate. I don't know if I want to. But anyway, it is infused with befouled aether. Of this there can be no doubt. And with the Great One's warnings growing ever more frequent, it seems plain that this Alaqa continues to sow the taint. Whatever it is she seeks to do, we must put a stop to it. Arun and I shall take a closer look at the flesh. In the meantime, you must resume your journey of purification. What? With all due respect, oh, to hell's with respect, I can't believe what I'm hearing. You would send us back into the midst of danger, and with nary a word of counsel? I had a feeling she was going to explode. I know full well what we ask of you, but there is none other upon whom we can depend. Depend, you say? Instead of depending upon others, why don't you do something for a change? We all know that both of you have the power to do so. Do you realize how much Mercy has been through in your names? Oh, but of course you don't, because while she bled for you, you were hiding here with your heads in the treetops. If Master Atoa were here to see this, he would be turning in his grave. She runs off. Heads in the treetops? What is the matter with her? You explain whatever you are explaining. To think that our own people see us in such a light. It cannot be helped, brother. We are bound to remain in the forest. Things are not as they were during Master Atoa's time. Be that as it may, were the people to lose faith in us, for whom shall we convey the will of the elements? Forgive me, Mercy, but I would be alone. Rest assured I will take a closer look at the tainted flesh. He walks off. We got two Moogles as usual, flanking Raya. Our rune has the right of it. It is our duty to facilitate harmony between man and elemental. All the laws of the forest count for naught if we fail in this. At any rate, we must needs stop Alaka's dark designs. And fear not, Mercy. Henceforth, we will not leave you to bear the burden alone. Pray allow us the time to consider our next step. The Trials of Padjals is complete. Level 58. Oh, I thought it was 60. My bad. We'll continue with the level 60 quest, Hands of Healing. Given to you by Raya Osena. Mercy, we have conceived a plan to deal with the taint. We would share the particulars with everyone. Might it trouble you to fetch Eschiva? She will have returned to Falgord Float, I believe. Pray return here before you have notified her. After you've notified her. Sorry, I don't know how I read that wrong. Arun and I shall be waiting. Cool. I'll just, use my money to be your messenger. Thanks for giving me money, Raya, you butt. My roommate is watching one of the Underworld movies in the other room. I don't know which one. It has the dude who played the Elder Lannister for a while. Father Lannister. Eschiva is in Falgord Float in the north of it as normal. Oh, it's you, Mercy. I must apologize for my earlier display. The Seedseers wish to see me despite the disrespect I showed them. Though their ways baffle me, it cannot be denied that they care for the forest. Perhaps they deserve more credit than I give them. I will go, of course. Let us strike out at once. Yeah, sure. Once again, I'll just pay my own money to teleport. 432 gil in total down the drain. Thanks, guys. I mean, I do suppose you end up giving me money for every completed quest, so maybe I shouldn't be annoyed about it. Back to Raya Osena. The whole gang is here. Cutscene fade to black. Our thanks for coming. Without further ado, let us begin. After our last meeting, I went to the Guardian Tree and presented the tainted flesh to the Great One. His reaction was telling. The befouled ether it bears is identical to the taint which now threatens the Twelveswood. Unless we stop Alaqa, the forest will be reduced to a wasteland of death. Mercy gave me to understand that you have conceived a plan to deal with the taint. What is the plan? They nod to each other, the two Osenas. Simply put, Arun and I shall accompany you to the Dravanian Forelands. As you are doubtless aware, we Padjals are chosen by the elementals to convey their will. Should that will go unheard or be misinterpreted, harmony would be lost and tragedy inevitably befall. In order to prevent this, we strive to hone our sensitivity to the elementals far beyond the limits of ordinary men, and this sensitivity allows us to perceive even the slightest fluctuations in the ether. With our faculty for sensing ether, Arun and I shall ascertain the site of Alaka's experiment, and once we find it, we will join our powers to Mercy's and purge the taint once and for all. You would leave the forest? But what of the will of the elementals? Rest assured we have obtained the Elder Seedseers' permission. Our sister shall see to it that the elementals do not go unheard during our absence. But above all, your words struck home. We will not leave the two of you to bear the burden alone. We shall do all we can to aid you, as Padjals and White Mages both. You truly mean to leave the forest and help us? They both nod. In the heat of the moment, I forgot myself and spoke out of turn. I pray you can forgive me. There is naught to forgive. On the contrary, we are grateful to you for opening our eyes. Now, I trust we can rely upon you to guide the way. She nods. Listen, Mercy, this will be our first time outside the forest, and we will most certainly make fools of ourselves. I would thank you not to enjoy yourself overmuch. You guys need to put on pants, because it is cold out there. I shall escort the Seedseers to Tailfeather. Pray meet us there. I'm doing my best to make all three voices sound quite different from each other. 525. So if I take the free teleport, or free return, I suppose, to there, and then fly from there to there, I think that flight is free, and then Yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend that return. I'm gonna mute myself for a bit while I do all this so that you don't pick up on all the copyrighted sounds from that movie. So the black Chocobo that I hired flew us all along the snowy and icy and rocky and plateauy and mesa-y kind of areas of the what's it called? Corthus Western Highlands, and then into the Dravanian Forelands that are more kind of like foresty-ish. Kind of actually pretty dang similar to what Gridania and the Black Shroud kind of are, but with much more rocks, much more tall rocks and different kind of trees and whatnot. But Eschiva's here with Raya and Arun. I wonder if the males of the Padjals have a single vowel, because Atoa Kant was male and it's A-Toa. Arun is A-Rune, but Raya is Raya-O, and the Elder Seedseer is Kane Osena. So women are fortified. I guess it probably doesn't really matter the number of letters in the first part of the name, but they are name dash vowel, and the males are vowel dash name. I'm just now kind of realizing it might not be completely true for all of them, but that's kind of what I'm gathering so far. So here we are at Tailfeather. Why, the journey here wasn't nearly as daunting as I expected. I dare say we could have made it without Eschiva. Bold words coming from someone who fairly hugged our guide during the entire journey. Ahem. So, seeing as we are here, we ought to get to work. Do you sense anything, brother? He thinks for a second. I do. An anomaly in the ether that wrenches the stomach. It emanates from the north and west. A cavern lies in that direction. Morn, 'tis called, and if memory serves, so too does a water vein. It seems to me that is where we must go. I must warn you all, though, that the area is thick with dragons. We must proceed with caution. Dragons, you say? Well, I for one would welcome the excitement. The journey thus far has been rather dull for my tastes. Dull suits you just fine, sister. Remember, our priority is to purge the taint. As if I would forget, the fate of the 12wood is at stake. Let us make haste to mourn and confront Alaqa. Everyone nods. Cutscene over. Let us begin the journey. Once again, we have to just run kind of straight and north through this stream flowing against us underneath the portcullis or gate. And we're going to go straight north for a bit, but a little bit of a westward tinge to it. Underneath some of those 4 or 5 trunked trees that all meet, in the center, well above us, several stories above us, to form just one trunk going upward from there. And then we're going to turn a little bit more westward, past some bandersnatches. They kind of have, bandersnatches kind of have like boar tusks, so like they start from the bottom jaw and go up, as opposed to saber-tooths, which start from the top jaw and go down. We got some kind of normal looking brown bears here. Some more earth sprites. We are going almost exactly northwest, but there's a tiny bit of a more western tint than northern tint to it. I don't know if this is going to be the way that gets us there, because we have to go... We're going kind of through some ruins, it looks like, with some Dravanian avises, which I'm going to call drakes, but I can't go any more west here, so we have to go back to the east and then go north some. Maybe we're supposed to go... Oh shit, is it up there? It might be up there. I might... Ugh, I think it's up there. Dang it. But there's some cool waterfalls here. Waterfall, waterfall, waterfall. Very tall. A couple to a few different kind of waterfalls. So like you'll see the water falls down and then it travels horizontally for a bit, falls down again. This one's almost all falls the entire way. Some very vertical and some like 45-degree angle-ish. But all one continuous stream. This one is almost entirely the same, like, if you picture 90 degrees being straight down from what would be horizontal, this one is like about 5 to 10 degrees out from there, so not quite purely vertical. Okay, yeah, this is the wrong way. Okay, so I need to go... I didn't pick up that or that. Great, so we got some running to do in the basically almost completely opposite direction from where we were going. I gotta go very, very south now for a while, so we're just gonna run... Yeah, we're just gonna run along the water because it's basically going exactly where I want to go. So we'll follow this stream. Again, I haven't seen any of those etheric currents anywhere. I haven't been doing a fantastic job of keeping an eye out specifically for them, but also in my travels in the past on other characters going through these zones, they've been very obvious. So I think if they existed still, I would have seen at least one of them. So my guess is they don't exist, and I will gain the ability to fly based on story quests. Kind of like I gained the ability to fly based on story quests in the first place. You know, level 50, beat some portion of a Realm Reborn. Yeah, I think I know what's going. So I gotta go all the way down and kind of back around to where I kind of was earlier, but even more north, even more to the north from where I kind of... So, Eschiva and I, as you remember from the last video, split up. She went kind of southwest, I went kind of north, and then my taint... my taint was defeated, but then I was told by just quest text, oh hey, you should probably go join Eschiva now, and she was in trouble. But anyway, the way that I'd gone north previously, I'm going to go further north from there, into an area that has its own aetheryte crystal for future teleportation. It's called ANYX, Annex Time. Trine, sorry, Trine, Trine. Onyx Trine. And then we're going to go even further north from there, but it is a kind of a round building, tall round, very, very tall round building that we have to kind of run up a round ramp around the outside of the building. It's still inside the building, but it's on the outside edge of the inside. But yeah, we'll be doing that because you enter from the south, but you can't go directly north from there. You have to go up the ramp for ways, I think 2 levels up, in order to be able to get out through the north to go north, through kind of some like volcanic lands, like you're inside of a volcano at that point in time. So this this fortress, castle, whatever, is built upon into the southern side of a volcano. Apparently there's a wedding within my free company. It's happening within about 45 minutes. I am not going to be in attendance, not because I hate anybody, just because I don't really do kind of that stuff. If I was to get married to somebody who played the game and wanted to get married in the game, I don't really have anybody I talk to in the game much. I have free companies on each of my characters that I kind of just shoot the breeze with sometimes, but I don't have any attachments to any of them. Kind of the same thing was in Final Fantasy XI. In WoW, I got back into WoW because of a friend that I met in college. He was a drummer, he's a cool guy. He's actually in the Air Force now. He does something with drones, as far as I remember. It may not be true anymore, but he did a few years ago when I saw him last. God damn. Sorry, I hope you guys can put up with the loud sounds. But anyway, I was in his guild in WoW for a while, and then did I grab that crystal? Yeah, you attune. Okay, cool. I attuned. There aren't any dragons here yet, so oh, this is the way to go. So I guess it's level 2. The dragons I think are on level 3, but you go to level 2 in order to go north into the volcano, which is where I need to go. But like, wow, I was friends with him, and I was in his guild for a while. That was back in Lich King days. And Dragon Corpse. I never really inspected this before. There is no response. It's a corpse, I guess, so that makes sense. Never really noticed that before. So yeah, we're kind of in a volcanic land here. Fire sprites, tyrannosaurs. So like this does really look like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, although much smaller than you would see in the movies. This kind of looks like a lizard man or a dinosaur, kind of human, scaly, beefy buff. And these Tyrannosaurs are small. Not the size of raptors, which apparently raptors are really like generally no more than 4 or 5 feet tall. I think less. in real life, but you know, velociraptors in the movies were 6 or more. Anyway, we need to go that direction, so we're just following. So there's some actually man-made stone bridges here, but for the most part, you're running around on like volcanic rock, basically. Little streaks of red here and there that signify that, you know, dried magma, maybe recently dried magma, and that's why it's still got a reddish tint to it. For the most part, dried magma becomes very dark, grayish, brownish, blackish, kind of almost really devoid of color in a lot of ways. But how do we get up that direction? I think we gotta go around this way. Can I go up this little? Oh yeah, I can probably go up here. Really? No? It looks like the angle of this should lead to me being able to traverse it, but it literally is just blocking me, so boo. I think I go this way. And then there's probably a ramp. So I'm just running along. There's a big old circular platform here, man-made stone with a couple pillars around it. Maybe it was a ritual spot a while back. Once again, I can hear the sound from the movie so loudly that I think it's the same volume as my voice, so you're probably picking it up as much as you're picking me up, so hopefully you can hear me just fine. My mic is $100, so I'm hoping it has enough technology and software built into it to block out non-me sounds. But Alaqa is here. She's in front of a dragon, which is very much living. Roughly 12 feet tall, and that's just like, you know, on all fours basically, and probably as long as a bus. Level 60, level sync. Level 60 cap, level sync. I doubt there's any voice acting. Most of these class quests don't have it. Job quests don't have it. So, you are still alive. Eschiva and the two brother and sister white mages, Padjals, come as well. Most intriguing. Horns such as I have, yet you are not Ara. A-U space R-A. New word for us. Well, whatever you are no different from the others. You have come to interfere with my experiment, but know this, it is your ignorance that has led us down this path. We, Xaela, X-A-E-L-A, are nomads who roam and live off the land. My tribe was no different, yet though we did no harm to those whose lands we traversed, they treated us as vermin. In their ignorance they feared us, and that fear manifested as spite and violence. My loved ones and I were cursed at, spat upon, beaten, and worse. It was out of the desire to protect them that I began my research. Such pain we have suffered. I swore that I would visit upon the ignorant masses 100-fold. She looks back at the dragon. It's got like ram horns, by the way, and the wings look more like kind of like not tentacles, but like tentacles without the suction cups, I guess. They don't look like wings because they don't have the membrane, like the wing membrane, but they look like they could have had wings at some point. It's like maybe an undead dragon with the wings completely gone. Its eyes are just like burning fire, basically, or burning lava, kind of. It's a very dark color altogether. And soon I shall fulfill my goal, for my experiment has finally borne fruit. To be sure, there's still work to be done. Such robust flesh cannot be sustained by ordinary ether. Nay, it must needs be fed something far more potent, the taint. Giggle. Never mind. My pet can go only where the taint exists, and so I shall fill the whole world with it. Sister, I sense naught but befouled ether from that dragon. This is without a doubt the source of the taint. We must needs purify it whole. You would get in the way of my vengeance? and you shall be the first to feel my wrath. And the dread dragon seems to be our enemy primarily. Dude, I mean, just a single arrow on it took 5% off, so I'm not worried. It's already at 60. The two Sennas are trying to speak reason to Alaqa as we fight the dragon. It's at 10% now. 3 and done. Eschiva barely took any damage. There's a taint still where the dragon was. What? Or what? The befouled aether refuses to disperse. What is dead can never die. The power of healing, Mercy. Use it to purify the stagnant ether. I will start to cure it, I guess. Can I be it? I can. Awesome. My rose-powered healing, or whatever it is working. There's some bones, soulless knights that are reviving from nowhere, probably coming to attack. Well, us maybe. Yeah, if they get to the dragon, they explode and do damage to everything, including me. But honestly, it's already at 93% health, and I'm about to cap it out. I put a region on it too, which helped a lot. Kind of forgot I had that. And now it's at 100. It gets up. It rises. All that healing, it still wasn't enough. So it's attacking Eschiva again. Now it has a red aura around it that did, and it has a circular AoE around it as well. Granite Rain. Eschiva's actually taking damage now. Let's get a AoE hot on everybody. Why not? But it's going down a lot faster too. Like, it didn't need nearly as many spells to take it out. How many times must I tell you? You struggle in vain. Humph, we shall see about that. That was Raya. Sorry, it's the wrong voice for Raya. I'll heal it again, I suppose. I mean, it started at like 55, but now it's full after myself and Raya and whatnot were healing it. Some more bones pop up. I will try to arrow them down before they reach the dragon. They're not moving very fast. It's like they just want to die, basically. They're all down. Dragon's still down. The ether is fully healed. I don't know what else to do here. I'm playing the waiting game, I guess. I'm almost back to 3 roses again. Not that I have needed them. I don't know what to do here. Am I supposed to attack it? Click it? I'll go try to click it. Huh, 'twas but a matter of time, says Raya. No, you will not get in the way of my vengeance, the dragon rises again. It still returns? That was Eschiva, sorry, wrong voice. I'm trying to read quickly. Raya, Arun says the befouled aether is almost gone. It's at 40 already. There's some more soulless pages, which are kind of more, what's the word, ghoul than they are anything else. They are undead, but they're kind of like more humanoid than skeleton. One last stone should kill it. I'm gonna, oh, and duty complete. Dragon goes down one more time. Wake up, Alaqa. There's more to this than your own suffering. I'm gonna talk to Raya, who's standing right in front of Alaqa, but Alaka's got her back turned to her. Cutscene. There's an altar here with a couple kind of like pillars with like sharp tops with magma on top. My dreams, all gone to dust. Raya steps forward. I'm powerless. Powerless to protect my people. Powerless to change anything. We are cowards, all of us. That which we do not understand instills fear within us, and so we lash out. In return, you sought to strike back at those who hurt you. You have done terrible things and must be held to account for your crimes. Alaqa closes her eyes. Seems to have no expression in her face at this point. But know that it is not too late to make amends. You still have a chance to atone. Your knowledge may yet be used for good. You need but find a new purpose, and I should be glad to help you look for it. Alaqa closes her eyes again, bows her head. She's been sitting for the last few lines, just kind of cross-legged on the ground. Her black skirts basically all around her. Dress, I guess. With Alaqa apprehended, it seems safe to say that danger in the 12s would has passed, and we owe it all to the two of you. This experience has taught me much and more, not least of all how powerless I was in the face of an external threat. If I am to protect the forest, I must needs spend less time with my head in the treetops and more with my feet on the ground. To that end, I shall strive to be a Padjal as Master Atoa was, standing ready to journey to the ends of the world if needs be. God damn. Were it not for your shining example, I never would have found the courage to come to this decision. I cannot thank you enough. That was all Arun, the young boy. Master Arun, when the time comes for you to embark upon your journey, pray allow me to accompany you. He looks a little bit shocked at this. It isn't safe to travel alone. You know this to be true. Besides, you need someone to keep a record of all your deeds, that they might be passed on to future generations. For all my bold words, I am still but a green sapling. Nevertheless, I would serve you faithfully as my grandfather once served Master Atoa. I should be heartened to have the company, Eschiva. I shall endeavor to be a Padjal worthy of your respect. He's grown a lot since he was a, little shit. Thank you, Master Arun. I swear you'll not be disappointed in me. He nods. Anyway, we're talking to Raya here one more time, apparently. Arun and I shall escort Alaqa and place her in the Wood Whaler's care. Pray come and see me afterwards at Camp Tranquil. We would thank you properly. God damn, I fucking hate this. I hate people that don't understand living with somebody else and, giving a shit about their... Sound is a thing that I've had to deal a lot with in my time. Bad. This is, in general, it's a very good roommate situation that I have, but he leaves lights on everywhere, and if he's playing a movie or TV show, basically right on the other side of this wall, I hear everything. You can make out every single fucking word. As can you, probably. Please enjoy this, what's it called? What did I say it was? The werewolf vampire movies. What, I can't remember now. Don't know why. It starts with an E, doesn't it? I said it earlier. Now I can't remember. I can't even remember what the main lady's name is. Although I love her, as does everyone. We're back in Camp Tranquil. We took our free teleport to Gridania, then down to Camp Tranquil for 221 gil. Talking to Raya Osena. During the entire way back, Alaqa did not so much as favor us with a glance, but neither did she attempt to flee. I believe there is hope for her yet. Till such time as she finds a new purpose, I shall visit her cell as often as my duties allow. With the source of the taint banished, the Great One's warnings have ceased. We may rest easy for a time. Disaster has been averted thanks to you and Eschiva. We are eternally in your debt. You are kind for saying so, my lady, but I have done scarcely anything. All your gratitude should be reserved for Mercy. Allow me to thank you as well, Mercy. Had you not sought me out that day, I may never have found my true calling. Beginning today, I shall accompany Master Arun as he works to maintain peace and harmony within the Twelveswood. I know not where our journeys will take us, but when next we meet, I shall stand before you a stronger woman. We'd best be on our way. Fare you well on your journeys, Mercy. I look forward to seeing you again within the Twelveswood and without. Well, they pretty much exhausted everything I had intended to say, so I shall say but this. I mean to do my part as well. Together with my siblings, I shall work to preserve the harmony of the forest, protecting it from threats born within and without. As for you, Mercy of the White, with your newfound powers, pray continue imploring our art for the betterment of the realm. May the light of succor and solace shine wheresoever you may go. Hands of Healing is complete. We get a eye level 210 set. I don't know if it's just, it's a tire, so I would assume it's head, body. It's usually 4, sometimes 5, so it could be head, hands, body, legs, feet. But it could be missing one of those. I also get Tetragrammaton, which is a instant spell, 60-second recast, so a minute. Restores hit points and is 700 potency. I think that's the same as my Cure 2. So, basically a free instant Cure 2 every minute. I'd really like to get my... This concludes the White Mage quest for Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. Stormblood must be registered. I gotta go into story quests up to the Forge of Fate. And yeah, Raya will have the next one. Cool, so thank you for sticking with me on these White Mage journeys. I think I want to do Paladin next. But I might also try to get Paladin up to level 60 before that. I certainly should have enough rested XP saved up to get at least a couple levels. I think he's at 50. She's at 56. Paladin right now. 56, yeah. I'd rather get Paladin than Dragoon because I already have a DPS 57 Red Mage, or Dragoon's 57. But I'll do Dragoon as well, eventually as well. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me. This video was 42 minutes and something seconds long, and I shall see you next time. Ta-ta. That's the wrong button. It's over here.